Hi, this is Mr. Knowles, and this instructional video focuses on solving division problems using a labeled sketch. So in fourth grade, we're learning division, just getting started with that. And one of the strategies that I'd like students to be able to use is to actually draw a labeled sketch. So let's get started. These problems come from a worksheet that I have in class, so if you don't happen to have it, you can always ask for it, and I can possibly email it to you as well. And also, I might have it on my webpage as well as a PDF. You could always download it. So first problem. Problem 1. Mrs. Knowles baked 22 cookies for her 4 nieces. If the 4 nieces share the cookies equally, how much will they each get? One thing I have my students do is make a multiplication menu first, which is on the right. So we're going to answer these multiplication facts of 4. 4, 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 6 is 24, 4 times 7, 28, 32, 36, and 40. We're doing this just to have the students get used to thinking about the multiplication facts, because that's going to be helpful in division, because multiplication and division are related. They're opposites of each other. So you can use this to an advantage. And we'll see here in a minute. One thing I stress in class is this 4. I'll ask students, what does that 4 represent? And they'll tell me that represents the 4 nieces. And this number 1, I'll ask students, what do those numbers represent? The 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5. And my students will tell me that's how many cookies each student's going to get. And finally, I'll ask my students, what does this number represent here? And that's the total cookies. Just have them thinking about what that represents. Knowing what the numbers represent is very helpful in solving these problems. So I have my multiplication menu, and now I'm going to draw a sketch. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to cut this space into 4 equal sections, draw a niece the best I can. So I'm going to draw a niece. Not a very good drawer, so I'm going to just do my little stick people. So I have 4 nieces, 4 girls. And I'm going to look up above, and I have my 4 nieces drawn, and now I have 22 cookies total. They're going to share those 22 cookies. So this is where the multiplication menu comes in handy, because I could sit there and divide them all one by one. I could do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I could do that until I get to 22 cookies. Or, if I look at my multiplication menu, I can see right here that the 4 nieces could get 5 cookies each, and all together they'll have 20 cookies. And that's really close to 22. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and give them all 5. So now they all have 5. and that's 20. 4 times 5 is 20. And the problem, Mrs. Knowles baked 22 cookies, so there's 2 cookies left over. So I have to draw that somehow. Maybe I'll just add a little box down here. I'll write that. There are 2 cookies left over. And you could divide those cookies up if you wanted to among the girls, like they each get a certain amount. So at the top, I'm going to say each niece gets 5 cookies and there are 2 left over. I'm going to run out of room. Let's put 2 left. Let's try another one. There are 34 students going on a field trip to a museum. They plan to carpool. If each vehicle can carry 6 students, how many vehicles will they need for the field trip? All right. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is my multiplication menu. I'm going to do it kind of quickly for time. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. And you have to think about what those numbers represent. The 6 is number of students that can fit in a car. So the number on the left represents the 6 students. So if 6 students are in one car, there's a total of 6 students. And then down below, if I have 6 students in 2 cars, I would have a total of 12 students, and so on. So I have to think about students in a car. They're going on a field trip. There's 34 students going on a field trip, and 6 can fit in a car. So I'm going to draw a car the best I can. And I'm going to write the number 6 inside. And I have a computer to use. And I can just clone this. And I would draw another one. And keep drawing until I got to 34. Well, how do I know when I'm at 34, Mr. Knowles? Well, if I look at my multiplication menu in the right, I can look at my multiplications of 6's and see how close I can get to 34. And it looks like 6 times 5 is 30, so I need 5 cars. So I have 6 times 5. Altogether, that's 30 students. I'm not quite there yet. I need another car for the 4 leftover kids, the 4 leftover students. So I'm going to need one more car, but it's only going to carry 4. So I'm going to change that to 4. So 5 cars will have 6, and there'll be 1 car with 4 students. And what's the question asking me again? How many vehicles will they need for the field trip? They're going to need 6 vehicles. So I'll just write that down here. they will need 6 vehicles. 5 of them will have 6 students, and 1 vehicle will have 4 students. I think we have time for one more. Joe, John, and Steve received 25 comic books from their uncle as a gift. They want to divide the comic books equally so that they each have the same amount. How many comic books will each boy get? All right. So I have my multiplication menu over here. I'm going to complete that quickly. It's just my facts of 3. You might still be wondering, why am I doing the facts of 3? Because 3 is an important number in this problem. There's 3 people, and the other important number is 25 because of the 25 comic books. We're going to see how 3 people can share 25 comic books. So I'm going to draw a picture and break this up into thirds the best I can. 3 regions, 3 people. I'm going to think of the number, how many times is 3 going to 25, or how do I take 25 things, 25 comic books, and break it up into 3 equal groups? So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I could continue that until I got to 25, or I could look at my multiplication menu and I'll notice that right here 3 times 8 is 24. So if I have 3 boys, they each have 8 comic books, they'll have a total of 24. So I'm going to go ahead and give each boy 8 comic books. Altogether, that's 24. So there's 1 left over. Erase this a little bit. So I'm going to write each boy gets 8 comic books. And there is 1 left over, or 1 left. There's several more problems on these worksheets that you can work on your own. Try to work on those, maybe work with an adult that might be able to help you, or if you still need some help, please ask, and I'll be happy to help you. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks, and good luck.